Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be doing this really dramatic glam cut crease. If you guys want to see how I created this, and keep on watching. Okay guys, so first I'm going to be starting off by priming my eyelids. For this I'm using this Makeup Obsession concealer. It's their Mega Conceal. I'm just applying this with a flat brush. This is the Miss A E122 brush, and I like this one because I can use it for like a lot of things. I'm also going to be using that brush later in the video to cut the crease, but for now I'm just going to blend that out. And again, I'm using a sponge from Miss A. For today's look, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I'm starting off with this brush from Colourpop. It's their E9 brush, and this is kind of like a more tapered blending brush. I'm going in with the shade Orange Soda, and this is kind of just my transition. This eyeshadow doesn't really appear too much on my eyelids because it's very similar to my skin tone, so I just went ahead and applied the burnt orange shade, and this one shows up a little bit better on my eyelids, so I'm going to apply it all over the crease and blend it out. I'm just going to keep applying that eyeshadow and packing it on until it's as dark as I want it to be. I want this to be, like I said, a transition shade, but I still want this eyeshadow to peep through as I apply darker eyeshadows. Next, I'm going to go in with a darker brown eyeshadow. This is in the shade Sienna, and I'm taking this e.l.f. crease brush. I really love this one for the crease. It's super fluffy. It's fluffier than the Colourpop E9 brush, but I do want this to be really blended since it is a darker shade. But I'm just going to take that in the crease. I'm going to start off with the outer part and then just start blending that inwards. And if you guys aren't familiar with Anastasia eyeshadows, they're super easy to blend. I really love working with this palette because everything just blends together nicely and the eyeshadows are really smooth and pigmented. It is a little bit more on the pricier side, but I definitely think it's worth it. Next, I'm going to go with an even more deeper eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with Mulberry, which is a little bit of like a darker burgundy shade. I'm using this Morphe M139 brush. This brush is more of like a pointed blending brush, but that's exactly what I need because I want this eyeshadow to be a little bit more focused in the outer part of the crease, and like I said, I still want the other lighter shades to show. And since I am doing a really dramatic look today, I'm taking that eyeshadow and kind of winging it out. I normally don't do that, but I am going to be cleaning it up after so I can get kind of like that sharp edge. So yeah, just make sure you take that eyeshadow out and don't be afraid to get messy with it because like I said, we're going to be cleaning it up later. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Noir, which is just a straight up black eyeshadow. I'm using this e.l.f. crease brush. This is one of like their older brushes. I don't know if they still have it, but I got this at Target, and it's a smaller dome shaped brush, and I'm really going to focus this on the outer part of the crease. I'm just going to be tapping that on, and then I'm going to go back in with the Morphe brush that we used previously to blend it out. Again, I'm going to be winging out that eyeshadow, and then I'm going to take more of that darker brown shade and add it on top and just really make sure everything is super blended. Next, I'm just going to be taking this Morphe M433 brush, and this is just your basic fluffy blending brush. I actually used this when it was clean. It didn't have eyeshadow on it, but I just used that to really blend everything out together. You want to make sure you're using a clean brush just to make sure you're not adding more product. You're just kind of blending everything out. Next, I'm going to be using my favorite cut crease brush. This is the Miss A E122 brush. It's the same brush that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but I am using the same concealer also. It's the Makeup Obsession concealer, and I'm just going to be cutting my crease. And I always just like to drag that concealer downwards and then just go back in and clean up any rough edges. And also for this look, I am doing kind of like a half cut crease, but I didn't want the cut crease to look too rounded at the end. You guys are kind of going to see that I'm going to wing it out a little bit, but just kind of like halfways. I don't really know how to explain it, but you guys will see. Then I'm going to go back in with my e.l.f. detail crease brush, and with whatever eyeshadow is left on the brush, I'm just kind of going to blend out the outer edges of the cut crease. Next, I'm going to go in with this white eyeshadow. It's in the shade Tempera. This has a little bit of like a sheen to it, like a super light glitter. I wouldn't say glitter, but like shimmer. And I'm just going to pack that on the inner part of the cut crease. Then I'm going to go in with this Dusty Rose eyeshadow. It's literally a dusty rose type of color, but I'm using this Morphe brush. It's their E17 brush, and I'm just going to take this eyeshadow and blend out the outer darker part of the crease and the white eyeshadow. I feel like this is a really nice transition color for these eyeshadows that we used. And I know that I used so many brushes in this tutorial, but I don't know, I just like using a lot of brushes and just like really trying to get the perfect brush, because I feel like it really helps in the way that my eyeshadow turns out. But you obviously don't have to use this many brushes. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Sultry, and again, this is the AOA E122 brush. As you guys can tell, it doesn't look as flat as it does when I use concealer, but it is very versatile. Like I said, I'm going to be using this to apply this glittery shade, and again, it's kind of like a dusty rose shimmer, and it looks really nice. It also has like a brown undertone, but I'm going to be applying that mainly on the outer part of the crease. So far this is what the eyeshadow look is looking like. I'm going to go in now and clean up that outer part of the eye. Like I said, I want it to look really winged out, and I really want that like clean edge. So I'm just going to take a makeup wipe, and with the tip of my finger, I'm just going to clean it up on the outer part. Now I'm going to be concealing my under eye, and I'm using the same concealer that I've been using throughout the video. As you guys can see, I'm really going to use that to clean up the eyeshadow also. I really like this concealer for my lids, like priming my eyelids for eyeshadow. I still don't know how I feel about it on my under eye. I feel like this eyeshadow is just a little bit too light for the under eye, so I might purchase a darker one and then see how I feel about it. But now I'm going to be going in with this Araceli Beauty liquid eyeliner. It's their Ojos Perfectos liquid eyeliner, and this is super black, and I really like this one. I'm just going to be doing kind of like a regular eyeliner. I'm not going to wing it out. After I do the eyeliner, I am going to take a little bit of that black eyeshadow and then smoke it on the outer part. For eyelashes today, I'm using Tatti Lashes. They are in the style TL3. I've really been enjoying these eyelashes. They look super pretty and wispy. I also think the lash band is very flexible and comfortable, so I definitely recommend these. Then I'm going to be smoking out my lower lash line. I'm using the exact same brown eyeshadows I use in my crease. To apply a little bit of that black eyeshadow, I always like to use an angled brush like this one here, just because I feel it's very precise, and I don't like to apply too much black liner to the outer part because then it looks super messy. I always want to keep kind of that gradient effect. Then I'm going to go in with the same white eyeshadow I used in the inner part of the crease, just to kind of brighten it up and so that it doesn't look so dark in the inner corner. I'm also going to take a little bit of that eyeshadow and apply it to the brow bone. On my waterline, I'm going to be applying this LA Girl Perfect Precision eyeliner. It's in the shade Artic White, which is just like a straight up white eyeliner. I feel like this really coordinates with the white eyeshadow that we used at the front of the cut crease, and it just really adds like brightness to the eye and makes it look more open, which I really love. But that's pretty much it for this super glam and dramatic eyeshadow. I'm obsessed with the way that it turned out, and I just really love watching tutorials of like glam eyeshadows like this. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. This is a really glam and dramatic eyeshadow look, but I just love watching tutorials on dramatic looks. I just like to see people's creativity and just different techniques that people use. If you guys like this tutorial, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Everything that I use is going to be linked down below. If you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.